Welcome to today's episode. We have an exciting topic to explore: how large language models, or LLMs, can reach consensus without a central authority. Joining us is Dr. Emily Carter, an expert in AI dynamics. Emily, can you start by explaining what it means for LLMs to reach consensus like human societies?
Absolutely. Imagine a group of people trying to decide on a dinner location without a leader. They discuss, debate, and eventually agree on a choice. LLMs, in a similar fashion, can communicate and align on decisions without a central figure guiding them. This ability hinges on their language understanding and the size of the group involved.
Fascinating. But what challenges do we face in understanding how these LLMs form consensus?
One of the main challenges is grasping the dynamics of how consensus forms among LLMs. We need to figure out how large these groups can be before reaching a consensus becomes impossible. It's like finding the sweet spot where everyone can still agree without things getting too chaotic.
So, what have researchers discovered about these dynamics?
Researchers have identified something called the majority force coefficient. This is a measure of how likely a group of LLMs is to reach consensus. The stronger their language capabilities, the more robust this majority force becomes, allowing consensus in much larger groups than what we typically see in human societies.
That's intriguing. Can you give us an example of how advanced LLMs might reach consensus in larger groups?
Sure. Think of a massive virtual conference where thousands of LLMs discuss climate change strategies. With advanced language skills, they can efficiently process information, weigh options, and converge on a unified plan, something that would be incredibly challenging for a human group of the same size.
What solutions are being explored to model these interactions?
Researchers are turning to complexity science and behavioral science to model how LLMs interact. By simulating these interactions, we can better understand the consensus dynamics and predict outcomes, much like weather models forecast storms.
What obstacles do we face in this area?
A big obstacle is managing undesired behaviors. LLMs might develop norms that don't align with human values. Ensuring they stay aligned with our ethical standards is crucial to prevent any systemic threats.
How are these limitations being addressed?
To tackle these limitations, frameworks are being developed to test and analyze how LLMs form consensus. Simulations using models like the voter model or the Curie-Weiss model help us explore opinion dynamics and the impact of majority force.
What broader implications could these findings have?
The implications are vast. LLMs could self-organize and establish norms, which could revolutionize collaborative AI and social simulations. However, there's a risk of misalignment with human values, leading to coordinated behaviors that might pose threats if not carefully managed.
Before we wrap up, can you explain some key concepts like the majority force coefficient and critical group size?
Certainly, the majority force coefficient is a parameter that indicates how feasible consensus is within a group of LLMs. The critical group size is the maximum number of LLMs that can still reach consensus effectively. These concepts help us understand and predict the behavior of AI systems in social contexts.
Thank you, Dr. Carter, for shedding light on this fascinating topic. It's clear that the future of AI holds incredible potential and challenges. We appreciate your insights.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to discuss these exciting developments.